Hey guys, today's video is going to be a quick tutorial on how to use a tool called Google Flights, which is one of my favorite tools for saving money on airfare. So guys, this is just going to be a quick tutorial video. I don't want to bore you with a long description of everything about this tool and show you every single thing you can do with it. I just want to give you the quick highlights, so hopefully you can get out there and take a look at this and get an idea of what this tool can do for you. So what we're going to do is just go to our Google search bar and type in Google Flights. Now I know you can just go to Google and type in the airport you're flying from, the airport you want to fly to, and some dates. But this is not going to give you this really cool toolbar that it does if you go to this Google Flights tool. So this is going to be your option that you want to click on, this Flights Google. So that's going to load this large toolbar here on the left and this large map on the right. And with Tulsa in here as my home airport, my date range right now is just 1 week trip in the next 6 months. And it's going to show me a large map of the United States here and a lot of suggested flights. And as you can see, some of them are really cheap. Tulsa is not a cheap airport to fly out of in general because it's a small airport, doesn't have a lot of flights. But if you look at this map here, you can see a lot of surprisingly cheap trip options here. So if you look down here in the bottom left corner, you'll see Las Vegas, Nevada, $131 round trip. Los Angeles, California, $124 round trip. Down here on the right, Orlando, Florida, $106 round trip from Tulsa. That's a pretty amazing deal. Look up here in the top right, Toronto, Canada, which is right at Niagara Falls, $287. Montreal, Canada, $285. Now, we don't know yet exactly when those dates are, but no matter what date that is, that's a really good price flying out of Tulsa. So our next thing we want to take a quick look at is right here. If you'll click the calendar tool, we can narrow this down to a little bit more exact date range. So right here you've got your months. You can select all, which is what we have right now, but it has the next 6 months right here. So you can pick any of these months. Let's say December. Like for me, during the winter it gets pretty cold here in the Tulsa area. So I like to go somewhere warm during the winter. We'll take a look at December travel. Now it's going to ask me for kind of a length of trip that I'm looking for. I can select weekend, I can select 1 week, or I can select 2 weeks. So for right now, let's just leave it on 1 week, which is what it's defaulted to, and hit done. Now it's going to narrow this down to trips during December, which is when I want to travel anyways. So right off the bat, if I'm looking for somewhere where I want to get out of the cold for a little while during the winter, what I'm probably looking for is somewhere, say, down here in the Florida area. Now, I'm seeing from Tulsa to Orlando, Florida, $155 round trip. That's a pretty incredible deal out of Tulsa International, considering how small of an airport it is, and it's usually a pretty expensive place to fly out of. So what I want to do is just click on this tag, and it's going to tell me the dates. Right here it's telling me that price is flying Friday, December 6th through Friday, December 13th. I can get more details here if I want to view the flights. I can click View Flights. If I select one of these departing flights, it'll then show me the best option for return flights. So I've selected that one, and it's telling me here it's Allegiant Airlines, which is a low-cost airlines, but a pretty good airline. So I click on this, and what it will then do, I have two options. I can book with the airline themselves, which is what I prefer to do, or you can use one of the companies that advertises with Google and visit the site for their price. I always recommend booking with the airline themselves And if you click this select here, it's going to take you right to their website. It's going to have the dates already put in for you. So let's just take a quick look to show you what that looks like. So guys, as you can see, it took me right to Allegiant's website, and it selected for me this $93 one-way flight Friday, December the 6th. It departs at 4:56 p.m., arrives at 8:18 p.m., and it selected for me a Friday, December 13th return for $61. Departs at 2:18 p.m., arrives back home at 4:11 p.m. So that's the great thing I really like about this Google Flights tool is once you find the price on there, instead of then having to go to that airline and input all your information all over again, if you'll click on that tab, it'll take you right to the airline that has the price and already input the dates and times that you wanted to save you a whole bunch of time. So the next thing I want to take a quick look at is the map tool. I want to show you some things we can do with it. So say you're not interested in a trip within the United States right now. Maybe you're more interested in a trip overseas. So what we want to do is zoom out on our map. And as you can see now, it's pulling in Asia over here, it's pulling in Europe over here, and suggesting several trips for me here. So if I'm more interested in a trip to Europe, I can grab my map, drag it over here a little bit, and now let's zoom in so that we get a little bit more of a in-depth look at maybe some more airports over here. So guys, I want you to take a quick look here. If you thought traveling somewhere like Europe was out of reach for you, I can say with confidence that your local airport is probably not going to be more expensive than Tulsa International Airport is. So take a look at some of the prices here on our options for Europe. We've got Tulsa to Rome for $642 round trip, Tulsa to Madrid, Tulsa to Lisbon. These are all in a $600 range. If you'll take a look over here to your left and take a look at the tool that's loaded here, it's going to tell you right here, Rome, great value, $642 from Tulsa to Rome round trip, $416 less than usual. Here it's got the dates right here that the price is good for. Same with Barcelona here. If you're wanting to go somewhere warmer in Europe, Barcelona, Spain, December 6th through 12th, $639 from Tulsa to Barcelona. Never would have dreamed that you could get that cheap of a flight to somewhere in Europe from Tulsa. Now, depending on where you live at, let's take a real quick look right here. As I mentioned in my last video, I live within a fairly short drive of Dallas, where there's two large international airports. Let's see how this affects the price when I load in Dallas as my home airport. So when I put in Dallas as my departure airport, it drags the map back over to the United States. But just real quick, take a look at some of the prices that I can get flying out of Dallas as opposed to flying out of Tulsa. Las Vegas, Nevada, $77. So say you're just wanting to go somewhere to get out of the cold for a little while. Dallas to Las Vegas, Nevada, $77. This is $50 less than usual, so that's usually a pretty cheap flight anyway. Dallas to New York City, $127. Dallas to Seattle, $113. That's all the way across the country, guys. It's about as far as you can fly unless you're going from east to west for $113. Dallas to Los Angeles, California, $113. Dallas to Orlando, Florida, $109. So maybe you're thinking about, again, traveling to Europe. Let's take a look and see what you can do flying out of a major airport like Dallas going to Europe. Let's minimize or zoom out on our map a little bit here. So now I'm going to zoom in on Europe just to give me a few more airports here to show. So I'm going to zoom in here just to get a few more airports to show up so I can get a little bit better idea of my prices. Take a look though, I've got 2 airports showing up in Spain here for under 500 bucks. I've got Barcelona and Valencia showing up $473, flying round trip from Dallas to Barcelona, Spain. And again, this is a good place, good area to go during the winter if you're looking to get out of the cold. So our toolbar is loaded up over here on the left. And take a look at this. Barcelona, $473 round trip from Dallas. $550 less than usual. Madrid, $522. That's $429 less than usual. So guys, you can get an idea pretty quickly that traveling overseas is not as out of reach as maybe you thought it was. I know that was the case for me. I just kind of assumed that it was going to be way more expensive than what it really is. I never dreamed that me and my wife could both fly from Dallas to Europe for under $1,000 total for the 2 of us. And actually, as you can see here, there's several options even. So if you were wanting to go to Italy, you've got Nice, which is right here on the French-Italian border. You could fly from Dallas to Nice for $468 a piece. That's a pretty incredible deal. And these will give you an idea of what the dates are as far as that best price. You can scroll down through the tool here and look at everything. And if you're curious about the destination, click on it. It'll pull up a picture here. It'll tell you the airline that you're going to be using, what the cost is, and what some of the competitors are. And here you can see there's 3 different airlines that have this as a really cheap flight. And these aren't even discount airlines. These are your big airlines like Delta, American, Air Canada. That brings me to, again, be creative when you're thinking about your trips. If I wanted to go to the Grand Canyon, for example, what better option for me than to fly from Tulsa to Las Vegas for $131, pick up a rental car, and then make a short drive down to the Grand Canyon instead of driving all the way across the country to get there. Or if I'm wanting to go somewhere in Southern California, what better option for me than fly from Tulsa all the way to Los Angeles and pick up a rental car and then drive to wherever I'm wanting to go down here. That's just an amazing option to even be able to have for that price. So guys, since I know most of us are going to be doing this from our smartphone now and not from our desktop, I want to show you that we can do the same thing from our smartphone that we can do from our desktop. We're going to type in Google Flights, and then this top option that says Flights Google. And this is what your toolbar is going to look like when you bring it up. So to get the most out of this app, what I recommend is going to desktop view. And to do that on iPhone, just hold the refresh up here in the top right corner, and then you will get a option at the bottom that says request desktop site. So once you do that, what you want to do is click in the middle right where it says explore destinations. And now you'll see you get the same view that you get on your desktop. You get the map on the right and you get the city options on the left. And as you can see, you can scroll the map. So if I was wanting to look for flights to Europe, I'll just take 2 fingers and scroll the map to the left there. And then if you look right there, I can see what my price range is for flights from Tulsa to Europe, and you can do that for anywhere else in the world. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial video on the Google Flights tool, and more importantly, I hope maybe you're able to use some of the tips on this video to maybe take a trip that you just didn't know was affordable before. So guys, if you did enjoy this video, please click the thumbs up below and consider subscribing to this channel for more of this type of content. If you have a quick question or maybe a suggestion for a future video, drop me a quick comment below and I'll get an answer to you just as quick as I can. Thanks for watching.